Hey everybody, Corey here, and let's see, this would be day 14, and today's progress has actually been a prime example of what not to do. And what not to do is when you're in the middle of painting an army and you have your color scheme pretty well set and you're going right along, do not get on the internet and Google search a whole bunch of other people who are painting the same things as you, because you will inevitably find somebody who has done an amazing job and painted up a beautiful model of their army, and you will be like, oh wow, theirs looks so awesome. And in my case, when you do that, you will end up doing exactly what I did, which is I went and found a Legion model, in this case the Archangel, painted up by Sheep, who, if you haven't looked him up, he has probably one of the best Sons of Horus Legion armies floating around the internet right now. It's truly a beautiful army. But for this one, apparently, he just decided on a whim he was going to paint the Legion Archangel, and I loved the color he had with it. It didn't use the standard Legion scheme, and instead it used it was, I don't really know, once again, being colorblind, this tends to be a problem. He didn't exactly say what colors he used, only that he painted them in a similar pattern to his Sons of Horus. So I was assuming the similar green tones. So his looked so awesome that I thought, well, mine are looking a little pink. Not a huge fan of pink, not that it looked bad, but his just looked so awesome I wanted to try it. You know, shredders are kind of little, so I figured, well, let me go over one of my shredders and see if I can replicate his color. And as you can see here, well, unless you've seen his Archangel, you can't really see. There we go. Can't really compare it to how awesome his was, but I encourage you to look it up. Mine is not even close. I went over and repainted. I started repainting my shredder using a scheme that I thought was what he was using. I highly doubt this is the colors he used, because his looked awesome, and this is just, I got this far into painting and I'm like, this is just a mess. The contrasts are way too sharp. The blending is just wasn't so great, just because the colors were too different. I, just tried adding white into my greens and ended up with this color. So this is just a case of one step forward, two steps back. So I will not have to repaint the shredder again to get back into matching the rest of the shredders, because, like an idiot, I thought, well, let's try painting a bit different. And this is just not the color I was going for. I mean, you can see in his face and in this leg here. That's just one highlight. That is not nearly smooth enough for flesh. It's just, and I'm not a fan of the way the green turned out. Just not good. And in order for me to even try to replicate the green he had, it would take a lot of color experimenting to try to get the tone right. So I'm just going to go back, redo this guy back the way he was, and continue on. So, kind of negative progress today. The rest of everything else is coming out good. All the rest of the shredders, I've got all their horns and scales blocked out. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight those up tomorrow, I think, and start some work on Lilith just for a change of pace. So, yeah, not so great. But anyway, for today's question was a day in the life of me. I'm not really sure if I'm allowed to just walk around videoing everywhere I work, so I'll just kind of give you an overview. Once again, I'm at the office here. Kind of see the office. Well, some of it.
Respiratory 2338. Respiratory 2338.
Okay, not me. And yeah, for me, and the reason that my progress has been so slow, considering I'm only painting 6 models, and they're not exactly huge, has been that I work security at the hospital here in Alabama where I live, and the hospital chain that I work for owns, I think, 6 hospitals in the local area, and so I bounce between those various hospitals, and so this happens to be just one of the many offices that I work out of, and I work nights, and we do 12-hour shifts. That's why pretty much by the time I get home I go to sleep and come right back to work. So on the few days off that I do get, which I haven't had many lately because of a lot of our guys have had military leave, so we've all been having to pull double duty. Yeah, I'm very excited because I will finally get a day off on Wednesday, and hopefully we'll be able to get a good bit of painting done. I think I'm going to go visit my parents. I haven't seen them in a while. So after I'm done with that, I'm hoping to completely finish Lilith. Just one long painting session, finish up Lilith, which will just leave a few minor little fiddly details left on the shredder, and then I can really dive into the Carnelian. I don't know if I'm debating on tweaking my initial oath just a little bit and breaking out my airbrush to do the skin tones on the Carnelian, because it's got such large muscles, and I really, for the lesser war beasts, you know, like the shredders here, or for your warcasters, because they're fairly small, a good quick paint job can pop them out pretty good, especially because, I mean, Lilith is wearing black and silver, black clothes, silver armor, so you can knock that out pretty quick. But the heavy beasts and the heavy jacks are such large and imposing models compared to the rest of the models that are on the field. I really want them to look good, hence the reason on the Scorn that I was showing off that I painted before, I spent just exponentially more time painting the heavy than I did on probably everything else in the box together. So hopefully Wednesday I'll be able to finish up the shredders and well, let's see, tomorrow I should have most of the shredder done, other than just putting some detail on his scales and highlight the horns up a bit, do his teeth and his claws, and get the shredders done, and that'll leave Wednesday on my day off to be able to knock out Lilith. So, alright, well, thanks for watching, everybody. See y'all next time.